Sir, class start. ಗುರುಗಳೇ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್. ಗುರುಗಳೇ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್. Okay. Credit card fraud. So two variants, traditional technique and modern technique. Usually the traditional technique is application fraud, that is ID theft and financial fraud. ID theft is identity theft using either social engineering or spoofing or the peeping into your account while typing the account number and password or the user information. So these are the traditional technique. So most commonly the attackers or the fraudsters using this technique. So whereas the modern technique is triangulation technique, credit card generators. So triangulation is it is involved the three parties here, the victim, then the attacker and the card. So credit card generators is another technique. Most the thieves or the attackers, they are cloning the credit cards. So so just now you observed in the previous session, you observed, watch the video of skimming. They are recording the every card information, including they are stealing away your financial magnetic strip data in the which is present in a credit card. After stealing that, they are going to create the one which is exactly matches to your cloning card. So by cloning the card, they have started using your bank account through their through the cloned card, credit card. So in this way, they are committing a frauds or stealing the financial data. So security challenges posed by mobile devices are one at the, as we said, it is an internal threat and external threat. Similar to that, one at the device level, micro challenges. Device level means forcing you to give up your controls to the hackers. For example, sending an SMS message to you stating that it is called as smishing. SMS message receiving. So today weekend we selected your phone number for the 90% discount in the big bazaar or somewhere some markets. So by sending that there is a link which will be provided by them. You if you provide the details or if you click on the link, that is going to be registered whenever you visit our store, you are going to get discounted by 90%. So so indirectly they are trying to get the information by providing some SMS attacks that is called as smishing. SMS ISHING, smishing or SMS phishing. So device level means when you install any application, financial related application in your device, they are expected you to allow to access your phone, allow to access your SMS, allow to access your gallery, allow to access your location. So until unless if you are not allowing the all the permissions to the application, that is not going to be installed. My means indirectly they are forcing you to give up your all controls of your mobile phone to the application. Gradually it won't affect in the beginning or 1 or 2 months of the usage of that application. Gradually they started using your all the credential which was provided by you for their point of attacks and all. So I'm not saying that all applications is going to do the hacking. but some application needs to be provide the accurate data based on the location location where which you are going to operate of the accounts and all. So it is again a individual user responsibility to cross check, to cross verify whether the application is a vulnerable or not. At the device level, like that, at the organization level, like macro challenges are there in the organization. Devices, carrying the devices to the organization, whether it is a threat or the vulnerable. So again, organization need to be take up the set up the server in such a way that the unnecessary unwanted website should not be appear onto their internal network. So if any user is trying to access such kind of the websites and all, automatically the firewall should be blocked those websites and all. Organizations, it's very complex because one or two persons are not there. In usually the organization setup is more than 400 people who is working towards the organization goal. In such cases, complexity of security, providing security to the man, physical infrastructure, and the devices which it is installed to carry out the business activities. Right? This is the another challenges which is faced by the mobile devices, especially security challenges. With respect to the organizational level, nowadays, due to a pandemic situations, most of us who are working from home. You know the current scenario is online class is happening. This online class is again, I'm sitting within the organization limits. So the most of the websites which so the internal setup is encrypted and the Wi-Fi password protected, and so sufficient storage space they have provided to store some material of the academics, etc. and so on. At the other end, your side, so you are using the ISP service providers like Airtel, Vodafone, Jio, whichever the services you have taken from them, and you might be observing or watching the online class either mobile phone. If it is the case of mobile phone, you need to be get it installed the client version of the Google Meet, client the lighter version, at least minimum lighter version is required. In that Google Meet, suppose think if any vulnerabilities are present in that Google Meet, because you need to provide your credentials to Google Meet to log in into. So without login, your Gmail login, that Google Meet, that is not going to be keep open to listen the online classes. So what is actually the if it is a sensitive, let us take the example of a meeting with the higher officials, for example, let's take the example of online meeting of the chief minister to prime minister. It's actually it should be a private connection, and it should be a closed meeting. Due to pandemic, the CMs and the PMs are not able to sit in a single room to discuss the challenges facing in the national level, right? So then they started launching the applications. They are using private connections, virtual private networks. They are using private, completely private networks. So still, if any in between, not only from point to point, in between any cloud related or the network related, or any spyware attacks like Pegasus kind of things, Pegasus spyware, similar to that. So several kind of attacks might happen usually when we are connecting with the internet. These are the challenges facing uh, always by the internet users. So the mobile also supports the internet. Obviously, the mobile devices also might be a vulnerable. Again, this is many perspectives are there to look into mobile devices vulnerability. Since the if you are using the pay for use, like for example, if you are using the worth of mobile phone 8,000 rupees, let us take an example. then the features are limited, the storage capacity is limited, processing power is limited, and the application which you are going to install might stuck up with the RAM memory of your phone. So you may be facing a reliability, internet instability issues in your mobile phone, because whatever how much you are paying, it depends on the feature. If it is good features, good the cost of the phone is also high, little high compared to the regular usage. So it is all depend on the mobile phone hardware device as well as the internet facility and the accessibility, and then the connectivity. So challenges. So organization needs to be at least protect to prevent some of the threat happen from the outside of the organization. These are some of the security challenges posed by the mobile devices. So, yeah, in normal case, well-known challenges are managing the registry setting and configuration. So we will do that demo in managing the registry setting. If you go to the setting option of your phone, probably you are going to get the admin controls. So there about your phone, developer options, then configuration settings, whether you are allowing all applications to access your camera or microphone, all those kind of, configuration setup you can limit the accessibility to some of the application. From then at least somewhat somehow you are going to protect your self device by setting up the configurations or the registries which is present in the mobile phone as well as in the server machines. So authenticated secure service security, which is available like pattern fingerprinting, then so password entering, the pin entry, all those kind of the security uh, precautions. Cryptography security, usually you can look into the WhatsApp database. So if you are going to take up the WhatsApp or WhatsApp, I used to find some of the encrypted databases which are going to present for the WhatsApp chat group messages. So if without WhatsApp you cannot open that one. So if you if you take the backup of entire group WhatsApp group, so it will be stored as a encrypted file. So that you cannot easily decrypt it without WhatsApp end-to-end connection. Right. So cryptographic measures are taken to protect the data which is going to use in your phone. And one more challenging is again processing capacity of the mobile phone. So mobile phone is, since it's a limited space, as you already know about the mobile technology which is taught by the Dwaraknath sir, real estate of the mobile phone. Real estate of the mobile phone is a small in size, the capacity, battery limitation, etc., and so on. Sir was discussed, right? So the since the device is small, but the usage is more and high, obviously most of us were facing the battery issues. So it won't come for a day. In such cases, we need to go with switch with the higher battery capacity like 10,000 mAh batteries. So lightweight directory access protocol securities. We will discuss about each individual one by one in the coming slides. Remote access server security, media player control security, network application program interface security. These are the some well-known challenges already exist with the mobile security. Okay, let's go with one by one. Registry setting for mobile devices. There are several way of doing this one. Few of things are discussed here. Microsoft Active Sync synchronizes PCs and MS Outlook. So Microsoft ActiveSync, if you sit with the Windows operating system of the machine, or previously we used to have the Windows Phone. Probably you heard about the Windows Phone. Probably in the module 5 of mobile application, you are going to learn about much about the Windows Phone and iOS phones, right? So Windows Phone, which uses the Windows operating system, previously you can do the mobile device register settings using Microsoft Active Synchronize controls, and gateway between Windows powered PC and the Windows mobile powered device. When you want to connect the wired connection like tethering, or if you want to connect if you want to dump your mobile data to the PC system, if you are having nowadays the share chat is sorry, not share chat, Bluetooth connection is available to share between, or some of the applications share, I think share application, you can share the files from one device to the another device within no time. So in such cases, operating system should be supported. Otherwise, you won't able to get the drivers which is not installed, or which is not there for connection for that particular devices. So enables transfer of Outlook information, MS Office documents, pictures, music, videos, and applications in the setup of Windows machine. This is talking about the Windows machine. There you can go with the registry. You can click the Windows key with X. You can press Windows key with X. Windows key with X, or you can right click and go to the properties. No, not this one. 1 minute, I'll go with settings, device controls. Devices and printers, right? Device manager, device manager, device manager. In this, you have a registry files. You can keep. So here, see which are the devices are connected, which are the network adapters, ports connected by which one, security device, which are security devices, sound, video, and game controllers. All these things needs to be updated, and then to enable the transfer of the information between device to device. Not only I'm talking about the desktop machine or the laptop machine, this enabling also happen with your mobile device of Windows Phone. Previously Windows Phone are there. Nowadays Windows Phone are completely dropped from the market, because Android is now the leading the market, whereas iOS parallelly is coming up. Android share is more than 60%, whereas iOS is less than 60%, and the Windows nowhere exists in this market of the mobile. So Active Sync can synchronize directly with MS Exchange server, so that the user can keep their emails, calendar, notes, and contacts updated wirelessly. For example, take, instead of this Microsoft, you can take the example of Gmail itself. Whether you are connected or disconnected, the incoming messages are always be in the inbox only. If you're connecting, you can read it. If you are not connecting, still it is available with the inbox. Right. Similarly, Microsoft uses the Active Sync synchronize. It is going to synchronize with the Exchange server, Microsoft Exchange server. So user can keep their emails, calendar, notes, and contacts updated wirelessly. This is the registry setting for the mobile devices for Windows Phone. You can look into the Android depending on your set or the version of the phone. Then managing the registry setting and configuration. if you use an Active Directory environment to administer the computers in your network, group policy provides a comprehensive set of policy settings. See, you can see that group policies here. You can see here group policy. Group policy provides us a comprehensive set of policy settings. Here, there are two kind of group policy: local user and administrative users. Here, group policies, you are going to manage the groups. Which are the groups? Just if you want to set up with the Windows, Windows security policy based, you can set up, or you can, it is a computer configuration is available, as well as user configuration. So if you want to limit the user to access your system, suppose they are not allowed to open the browser in this machine, how you can set up that one? You need to go with the group policy editor, then go with user configuration. In that user configuration, software settings, if it is a Explorer, if you want to stop it, you go with software Windows settings, or if it is a normal software which is applied, Windows settings, here security settings, public keys. These are the some of the clients registries are available with that existing system, or you can change the, for example, so logon, for example, logon, you can see here, it is not configured as of now. You can configure run Windows PowerShell script first, then load the Windows last. So in this way, you can add the parameters to the user groups. Or one more thing I can show you, that one, when, yes, here computer, you click on this properties, here system protection. One second, I'll show you any one. For example, properties, yes, see, observe here, there is a quota security in the panel, security user controls, who are all the users can. So you go with the whether this user, authenticated user, having accessibility offered, full control, modify, read, execute, all the operations they can carry out. Suppose if you want to limit this user, means to do to carry out all these edit operation, you need to have a admin controls. Suppose modify, you are allowed to sit in the system to watch the content, you are not allowed to modify it. Okay, it needs the what it needs the admin control. Okay, so in this way the user is going to controlled by the group policy settings. Similarly, in administrative template, policy settings to establish and lock registry-based policies for hundreds of Internet Explorer options, including security options. If you are using Internet Explorer, there are a lot of settings in the settings control. There is a called as a developer controls. Here you can explore that policy settings here in the Internet options. Yeah, Internet options. Here advanced. See, you can see, observe here, who can browse, always record developer console message. You can set up the security at what level, medium, high level, etc. In advanced setting, whether underline links always yes, all these settings you can, whether you want to allow the active content from CDs to run on my computer. If you allow this, security threat happen, because some scripts is going to run by inserting the CD onto the disk drive. So to avoid that, whichever it is needed, essential for your access to the system, you can provide the doing the registry editing. You can allow the system to access the data, or you can deny the system to access. This is the way of doing configuring the security onto the mobile as well as system devices. Even if the user go through every control panel setting and group policy option, no desired baseline security, make additional registry changes that are not exposed to any avoid registry acts. So to avoid registry acts, you need to have a boot setup password. So in the booting itself, you provide a setup to enter into the system, like similar to your mobile phone. When you switch on, if you are not setting the password for entry, anyone can access, right? So that's why provide a password or pattern or pin or fingerprint or the biometric measures, so it stops to access your phone by switch on. Like that, you need to take care of the security. So one example, just now I was shown you in this real time. So authentication service security is security of devices, security in networks. Security of devices, as I said, physically don't leave unattended of your mobile devices. Then security of devices is provide the password protected or the biometric authentication or something else, some other technology also. Security in networks, so mutual authentication between the device and the base station servers. So usually when you buy the new SIM card, when you insert that SIM card, immediately it won't work. When it is going to work? When they are going to map your SIM card with their database, and they will check against the payment whether you paid for the SIM or not, and whether you are the verified user or not. By confirming all those details, they are going to enable and provide the network service to your SIM. In the same way, mutual authentication between the devices and base station or the servers needs to be taken care in the security in the networks. Ensures that only authenticated devices can be connected to the network. Then no malicious code can impersonate the service provider to trick the device. So they will check, they will scan your device remotely before when you insert the SIM into your mobile device. Immediately you are not going to get the service access after all the procedure, verification procedure, and whether you are a normal user or the unauthorized user, all they are going to check it using their the special tools which are available with them. So some of the eminent kind of attacks on devices are push attacks, pull attacks, and crash attack. Push attacks means installing the applications onto the mobile devices, means they are pushing the application onto the mobile devices and expecting the user to click on the some of the event clicks or touch events. Based on that, by taking a consent of the user, this attack is going to be carried out. Pull attacks is retrieving the databases, database content from the device, means taking away the data. Then after that, they are going to carry out the attacks. So crash attack is denial of service. It is also termed to be as a denial of service. Crash attack is the one, the attack it goes on crashing the mobile device until unless you need to restart the phone, until unless the phone is going to be hanged. These are the regular eminent kind of attacks on the mobile devices. Okay, we will discuss more on the cryptography security for mobile devices in the next class. If any questions, let me ask. You can ask me now. If any questions are there, you can ask me.